Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today's topic explores one of the most efficient and least obvious retail systems in the creator economy: influencer storefronts. On the surface, they look simple, just product links, favorite items, or curated shopping pages attached to a creator's profile. But beneath that simplicity lies a very strategic engine. These storefronts are not just about selling products, they are about monetizing trust, shortening the path from attention to purchase, and turning personal brand into a retail front end. That is what makes this a compelling hidden business model. Most people see influencer storefronts as convenient recommendation tools, a place where creators share what they wear, use, or genuinely like. It feels casual, almost like digital word of mouth. But that's exactly what gives the model its strength. What looks like a friendly list of favorites is actually a polished sales layer built on familiarity and trust. The storefront feels personal, but it's operating as a subtle retail channel. Behind the scenes, the storefront monetizes attention that's already been warmed by content. The influencer isn't just showing products, they're converting trust into transactions. The storefront itself isn't the deepest product. The real product is the relationship that makes the followers more willing to browse, click, and buy. What feels casual and personal is actually a deliberate commerce system built on credibility and reputation. An influencer isn't just someone popular online, they're a holder of niche attention, a tastemaker, and a trust based distribution channel. Their power isn't only reach, it's persuasion. Once that influence connects to products, the creator stops being just a personality and becomes a commercial gateway. Personality becomes distribution, and trust becomes leverage. In business terms, an influencer is a micro retailer with built in marketing power. They own attention, which is the most valuable currency online. Instead of renting shelf space in a store, they rent space in people's minds and their social media feeds. Their storefront is the digital equivalent of a boutique business built on trust. This model works exactly because it removes friction from the buying process. Trust lowers skepticism. Curation reduces decision fatigue. Repeated exposure makes products feel familiar. Lifestyle content connects items to their identity. That why storefronts are so effective. They don't feel like retail, they feel like guidance. The sale happens inside a relationship that already feels natural. The storefront collapses the distance between recommendation and purchase. Followers already trust the influencer's taste, so the buying decision feels natural. It's not a cold transaction, it's a very warm referral. The storefront turns influence into instant commerce. The customer journey here is unusually smooth. A person follows a creator, begin to trust their taste, and sees products repeatedly in content, routines, their hauls, their get ready with me in the mornings, tutorials, or setups. By the time they reach the storefront, the product already feels pre approved. The customer isn't moving from cold retail to decision, they're moving from content into commerce within the same trust ecosystem. Each step in the journey is powered by trust and familiarity, not your traditional advertising. Your revenue engine money model is very layered. At the base level, Storefront earns affiliate commissions when followers buy recommended products. But the engine can expand: direct product sales, sponsored placements, featured collections, brand collaborations, and eventually private label or creator owned goods. The storefront becomes a bridge from influence into retail, from retail into full brand ownership. The more authentic the content, the higher the conversion rate. It's a scalable model where attention equals income. The strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats of this model is both compelling and somewhat precarious. Its strengths are obvious: low overhead, commerce trust based conversion, and flexible product assortment. But its weaknesses are just as real. The whole structure can become shaky if credibility slips or if the storefront turns into a generic link dump. There are major opportunities in private label products, premium collections, and stronger audience ownership. But the threats are also very real: platform algorithm shifts, audience fatigue, commission pressure, and disappointment when the product fails to meet the consumer's expectations. So the model can be very powerful but vulnerable if trust is diluted. The key is to evolve from an influencer to a brand owner. Business model canvas shows how influence becomes infrastructure and helps make the business logic visible. The customer segment includes followers, niche shoppers, lifestyle buyers, and brands. The value proposition is trusted curation, convenient discovery, and easier shopping inside a familiar environment. The channels are social platforms, creator feeds, live streams, newsletters, and storefront links. Revenue comes from affiliate commissions, direct sales, sponsored placements, and owned products. The key reasons are not just the products themselves, but audience trust, personal brand, and repeated attention. What this canvas shows is that influencer storefronts are really low overhead retail systems built on credibility and conversion. The big strategic takeaway is that influencer storefronts do more than just organize products. They turn personal brand, taste, and audience trust into a modern retail funnel. The idol matters, but the relationship around it matters much more. When followers buy from a storefront, they're not just buying a product, they're buying guided judgment, confidence, and a piece of that creator's identity. That's what makes influencer storefronts one of the most effective hidden business models in digital culture today. Influencer storefronts are not just about selling products, they're about owning the customer relationship. The real question is this: will influencers remain storefronts for other brands, or will they become brands themselves? The future belongs to those who turn influence into ownership. Thank you.